皆様ごきげんよう、GSU インサイトのお時間です。本日はオーストラリアのシドニーから配信いたします。こちらはスカイニュースオーストラリアによく出演している保守の評論家のデイジー・カズンズという方です。Well, it's good to see you in Australia. You came to our reception in Florida,
I
right?
did,
That's
yeah.
right. Cool. So I wanted to ask you, what's going on in Australia? What are the big issues people are motivated about?
Well, the main thing that's been in the news cycle is the Indigenous Voice of Parliament, which is, of course, this referendum that Labor's going to push to try to create, like, what some people call sort of a third chamber of Parliament. It's not quite the right way to characterize it, but it would basically create an advisory body specific to Indigenous people that would advise the government on what they say are laws that relate to Indigenous people.
Okay.
The problem with that is that every issue affects Indigenous people, from tax to defence to absolutely everything. You can't just pinpoint a few. It also implies that all Indigenous people are like a homogenous group with the same concerns and opinions. It's quite racist in itself, and it would give Indigenous people, one racial group, double representation in Parliament.
Right.
Because they're already represented by their elected members. And so that's really what's been massive in the conversation at the moment.
I mean, when I hear that as an American, it just sounds like you're creating more racial division, right? I mean, you're saying that they can't fit in with the rest of society, right?
Yeah, exactly. And look, to be fair, the situation with Indigenous Australians, not all, but some in the remote communities, it is really bad. Like we have the sort of what they call the closing the gap targets. There's everything from life expectancy to school attendance in Indigenous people is on average lower than the rest of the population, and it's not actually improving. So that is inexcusable in a country like Australia. And so much money has been spent over the decades to try to fix it, and obviously the money's not being spent properly. So I understand there are some people working for The Voice who really, I think, are actually acting in good faith, and they think, well, we've tried everything, maybe this will help. But I think a lot of them are just sort of identity politics opportunists who want to sow racial division, and they have this very kind of far left vehicle that they're trying to push. And this is sort of the latest way to do it.
So how do you think you could try to solve these problems? Because I know there's a lot of poverty in some of these communities as well.
Oh, well, look, Jacinta Price, wonderful senator.
She was great yesterday.
So fabulous. Yeah. She has said, and she said this in her maiden speech to Parliament, that for lack of a better word, assimilation would be, I don't like that word, but allowing those and encouraging those remote communities to have more to do with mainstream Australian society. I remember her maiden speech to Parliament, she said that they really have been denied the opportunity of capitalism, of commercial ventures and creating businesses and stuff, because there's been this cultural relativism.
So in America, a lot of the Native American communities as well, they have a lot of welfare handouts, and unfortunately a lot of the families get used to that, and they never try to start their own business or anything because of that.
There's no incentive.
Is it similar for them here?
I think so. Yeah, it's very cruel.
Gotcha.
And it's incredibly cruel and racist to sort of think that's we just give them more.
Right, they're not capable of earning their own way. Right.
It's dreadful, and it's not true. There are many very accomplished Indigenous people in Australia. Jacinta Price.
Yeah, you're the chairman of CPAC Australia as well.
Exactly, Warren Mundine, Anthony Dillon, there are so many.
Right.
So of course they're perfectly capable of proverbially fending for themselves, but there's this dreadful sort of bigotry of low expectations that's been so prevalent for decades with Indigenous people, and it's run these remote communities into a rut because people are so terrified of being called racist. Any move to go, hey, maybe we should, integrate with these remote communities a little bit more, access to education and jobs, you're just screamed at that you're some sort of terrible white supremacist.
That's crazy.
And so the cycle continues. It's very, very sad.
That's crazy. So what do Australians think about, because you are a Commonwealth nation, what have you thought about the passing of Queen Elizabeth and some of the recent controversies surrounding the royal family?
Look, I was absolutely devastated by the passing of Queen Elizabeth. I'll get emotional, but it was, again, I just said in my speech, I said that it wasn't unexpected, but there are a lot of people, including myself, who just sort of assumed she'd live forever.
Well, she was, how old was she?
She was 96?
Yeah, 96.
And she was just this pillar of stoicism and so entrenched, I think, in Australia's national identity.
Right.
And just the sheer reaction from so many Australians that were so grief-stricken by it is such a testament to her and the way she made the monarchy, which is an archaic sort of institution, relevant. She helped to sort of coax it into a modern world. So she, and I think Nigel Farage said this yesterday, she just lived her life without scandal. It's a shame about her children.
King Charles,
Oh God, I'm happy to give King Charles a chance.
We should give him a chance, absolutely.
Yes, he faffs around with silly climate change, World Economic Forum stuff. Okay, he does that, but he did say he'd put that aside. He's been well trained by his mother. I think we should give him the benefit of the doubt.
That seems fair.
Prince Andrew, on the other hand, is a disgrace.
Okay, So for our Japanese listeners who might not know the back, what happened with Prince Andrew?
Was disgraced a couple of years ago when it was revealed that he'd had quite a strong friendship with Jeffrey Epstein, who was a dreadful pedophile and human trafficker. And the monarchy reacted to that. They stripped him of all his titles. They took him out of royal service. They relegated him right to the back of the royal family. He has no kind of public duties anymore, and he's unbelievably unpopular. So they acted the right way with him. But that is a real stench, of all the things you can do to be consciously friends with someone that everyone knew was a human trafficker. It's reprehensible. So it is a shame about Prince Andrew, and it's a shame about, to a lesser extent, but they're much more public about it. Meghan and Harry, there's that whole issue.
So give our listeners a little bit of background. So who is this Meghan Markle?
Meghan Markle.
Nobody likes her in America either, by the way.
Or in the UK, and I think in Australia. Which is weird because she wants to be the most popular person in the world. But Meghan Markle is an American actress. She has one credit to her name, really, which is Suits.
Suits,
It's a great show.
It was a great show,
But she was the worst character in it. She was, Yes, but that was her one credit. She ended up, marrying Prince Harry, which is lovely, but she never, I don't think, had any intention of staying as a working royal. She would constantly break conventions, and if you're a royalist like me, you'll pick up. She did even things like the royals, one of the Queen's rules was that the royals were to wear bright colours in public, no black unless it was a somber occasion in the daytime. The thinking behind that was that because they were public servants, the Queen wanted everyone to be able to see them clearly.
I see. That's interesting.
Which is, Meghan, event after event, black dress.
Do you think that's just a problem with modern society where people are not thinking of responsibilities? They're really only thinking of themselves in the short term?
I think so, and I think Meghan, there was a cultural problem that had nothing to do with her race. Absolutely nothing to do with the fact she was a mixed race. Anyone who says that the criticism of Meghan is motivated by racism is a moron.
Yeah,
it's not true.
That seems like it's made up.
No, it's her behavior. People don't like her behavior. But there was a Hollywood mentality that she had coming into it. I think she thought being a member of the Royals would be like being in Hollywood, but it's not. There's a whole lot of rules you have to abide by. It's a massive loss of independence. Prince Harry had a girlfriend, and it looked like they were going to, tie the knot, but she drew the line and said, I can't do this because this is a loss of independence that I couldn't reconcile.
Gotcha.
So she got into the royal family, realized she couldn't tolerate the rules, wanted to be sort of, famous and stuff, so she sort of isolated Harry on the other side of the world from his family, and so they're living in California in a $14 million mansion. And everyone hates them. So.
We don't really want them there in America either.
No.
They're just the spokesperson of the international left at this point. I mean, it's.
I know. Well, the UK doesn't want them either, so you're going to have trouble.
I think maybe we need to send them to Canada or something. I don't know.
Send them to Canada. No, the Canadians love the Queen.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
No one wants them.
The refugees, I guess, right?
Yes, I guess so. Yeah.
Well, fantastic. It was great speaking to you. And hopefully we'll see you at CPAC in Japan or maybe even the US next time.
I would love to come to Japan. I've never been to Japan before.
So it's a short 9-hour flight, direct flight. Yeah, right.
That's not, from Australia,
that's close,
flight.
Right? That's right.
That's close. But yes, it was lovely to chat to you. Thank you
great
so
to see you
much
again.
for interviewing me.
Thank you.
Thanks.